What's good guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I recently posted on Instagram a video briefly talking about dead butt syndrome. Now anyway, my DMs were flooded, so I thought today, let me talk a little further about it. So today we're going to cover what dead butt is, signs you may have it, and exercises you can do to prevent it. So now a little disclaimer guys, I don't want you all to start self-diagnosing yourself, okay? The main aim of this video is to show you how to prevent it. However, if you think you have got it, then a certified fitness or medical practitioner will be able to tell you in person after they check. All right, let's go. So first of all, what is dead butt syndrome? So it's also known as gluteal amnesia, and this can happen to literally anyone. So it's basically when your gluteus medius stops firing up, and this can be the reason you aren't seeing results even though you're training your glutes. So you know that feeling when your bum feels a little sore and numb when you stand up after sitting down for so long? You know, basically we're sitting down, we're watching Netflix, we're working at a desk, basically just minimal movement, especially right now with us all being at home. But all of this can decrease our body's ability to use our glutes when they're needed. So when you spend hours on end in a seated position, your hip flexors are basically contracting while your glutes are resting. So why this is so important is because if your glute muscles are weak, then other parts of your body is going to take on additional stress, and this is what can lead to injury. So since the gluteus medius normally helps to stabilize the pelvis, dead butt can basically cause lower back pain, hip pain, as well as knee and ankle issues. But don't worry guys, taking frequent breaks from sitting down, and as I like to do, doing a few glute movements in between watching TV, it can help keep our glutes active. We basically just need to break the repetitive cycle and remind our glutes what their purpose is. So before any of you are worrying, it is reversible and it is avoidable. So I'm going to go through a few signs that you may have it. So one sign could be a pelvic anterior tilt. So you can test this by looking in the mirror, standing to the side, and then seeing where your belt buckle would sit. Now, is it slightly pointing downwards or is it straight to the ground? That would be one sign. So you can also try to lift one leg. Now, if the pelvis dips on the side of the leg that is lifted, it can be a sign that there is a glute weakness on the other side. So as I mentioned before, guys, there really is nothing to worry about. It is easily reversible. So now I'm going to show you a few exercises you can do a couple of times a week to keep our glutes active. It will literally take less than 5 minutes. So you may have heard of some of these exercises before, but what's really important here is the form and making sure our glutes are engaged. So first up, guys, we're going to do the glute squeeze. So stand with your feet about hip width apart, knees slightly bent, tuck your abdominal muscles in, shoulders back, and we are going to squeeze our glutes for 3 seconds. And then we are very slowly going to release. And again. And release. So you want to aim for 3 sets of 10 reps with this exercise. So for the next exercise, we're going to be on all fours. So your knees hip width apart, your wrists in line with your shoulders, and with a pointed toe, keeping our leg as straight as possible, we're going to perform a rainbow shape. Starting out. So when you reach this point, squeeze your glutes and put it over to the other side. Now keep your core tight and try and do as wide of a rainbow shape as possible. So next we're going to be doing the fire hydrant. This is one of my absolute favorites for glute activation. So we are going to start wrists in line with shoulders, knees in line with our hips. Now we're going to keep our knees at 90 degrees, but we're going to lift it at a 45-degree angle. So core tight, look down, and raise. So you want to keep your core and pelvis stable, and your hip should be the only thing that is moving. So you want to aim for 3 sets of 10 reps. So next up we have clamshells. And I also want to apologize, the sun is setting and it is directly in my face right now, giving me a crazy glow. But anyway, So we're gonna start on our side. Our knees should be stacked on top of each other and at a 45-degree angle. So heels directly below the glutes. We're gonna lay on this arm and use this arm to help stable us. So we're gonna engage the abdominal muscles by sucking our belly button in. This is gonna help stabilize our spine. And basically, we are going to raise our knee as high as we can without moving the hips. So our feet should always be touching and this leg should not come off the ground. And we're gonna pause when we get to the top and then lower. So I like to do 15 to 20 reps for 3 sets each side. So the final exercise is the trusty glute bridge. So we're gonna lay down on the floor with our knees bent at a 90-degree angle, our shoulders flat on the floor, and we're gonna lift our hips towards the ceiling and then lower them back down. So the main thing here is that you want a straight line from your knees through to your shoulders and ensure your lower back doesn't arch. So these exercises can be performed a few times a week, but there are a few other things you guys can do in between. So like choosing to take the stairs. If you work at a desk, just standing up and working at your counter to give yourself a little break. Also, when you're sitting down, guys, trying not to slouch, having your shoulders back and your core engaged. I also like to stand up every hour just to flex the glutes a little and keep them active. All right, guys, I really hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also press that subscribe button. If there is anything else you guys would like me to do a video on, then please let me know in the comments. All right, I'll see you next time. Mwah.